So in this segment, we're going to be talking about talks between Liz Truss and Sefcovic apparently have not gone very well. This is from May the 12th, so it's from Jessica Parker, works for the BBC. Sefcovic Truss chat is over, and the UK side doesn't sound like that went very well. White Horse source even going as far to say it was tetchy. Foreign Office says that Liz Truss explained why EU plans will take us backwards, but that Sefcovic said the EU wouldn't expand its mandate, with the Foreign Secretary noting that with regret. There's a bit more expanded on that in an article from The Independent, which is the EU has been warned by Truss that its refusal to change its negotiating staff on the Brexit deal on Northern Ireland risks leaving the UK with no choice but to tear it up. It's a load of rubbish, especially when Boris Johnson claims they never threatened to tear up the Northern Ireland Protocol. I mean, baloney at this point, and this is Liz Truss playing hardball here, trying to threaten the EU, which is simply not going to work. The EU has threatened to retaliate with a trade war if the Prime Minister tears up the protocol. Truss and Sefcovic spoke for about 30 minutes, and it feels like it was more of a waste of everyone's time. The Foreign Office spokesperson said Sefcovic in the talks confirmed there was no room to expand the EU's mandate or introduce new proposals to reduce the overall level of trade friction in Northern Ireland, which is surprising given that he has been flexible in certain regards with certain products. So I'm assuming that there is a way to reduce some of the trade friction, but not the vast majority of it. The Foreign Secretary noted that with regret, saying if the EU would not show some requisite flexibility to solve the issues, then as a responsible government they would have no choice but to act, which is just rubbish. Because we signed an agreement in 2019, and you've got the Taoiseach saying that the EU flexibility on the Northern Ireland Protocol has not been returned by the UK, which is true. It's absolutely 100% correct. The EU have been flexible on certain things, but the UK has not. He insisted proposals, not the Taoiseach, this is Sefcovic, proposals put forward by the EU to ease trade checks between Northern Ireland and the rest of the UK were wide-ranging and impactful, and with potential still to be explored. I'm not sure which specific ones he's talking about or what Liz Truss is talking about, because she's saying that they would take them backwards. I think it's about creating more checks and paperwork. I'm assuming it's about building more border posts. I think they offered some concessions, but they added that the UK has to build more physical border posts and hire more staff, etc. She said Brussels has a responsibility to show more pragmatism, which isn't the case, that they can easily sit on this agreement because it's international law and the UK will always look like the villains here, but they have shown flexibility in certain regards. It's rubbish. She said the deal was causing unacceptable disruption to trade and had created a two-tier system where people in Northern Ireland weren't being treated the same as everyone else in the UK. Liz, that's what you voted for back in 2019. You guys ran a mandate on it for Northern Ireland to be treated differently. So for you to argue this now is rubbish, especially when Faisal Islam has been tweeting recently about the UK's impact assessment reports back from 2019, where they knew a lot of this stuff would happen. Truss urged Brussels to engage with her proposals, including red and green lanes. That's a load of rubbish because, again, we've spoken about how the trusted trader scheme the EU are going to implement and allow, the UK unilaterally kept changing it, so in the end it was scrapped. Cabinet Office Minister Michael Ellis, my local MP, expected on Thursday to reiterate the message to the European Parliament, which he's yet to do, I think. He was there at the Partnership Assembly, or at one of the assemblies, saying he's hugely disappointed and blah blah blah, he's annoyed. He will say the UK will continue negotiations but won't let that stand in the way of taking unilateral action on the protocol. So this is basically a rerun of the internal market bill, for anyone who doesn't remember, which was the EU changed a couple of things, but the UK essentially put in legislation which would have allowed them to breach the Northern Ireland Protocol, at least would have allowed ministers to do that, and the UK changed the internal market bill in the end, because they didn't want to completely, fight with the EU over it. The Attorney General said to have approved the scrapping of swathes of the protocol, but she hasn't actually given what her formal legal opinion is, so that's quite frustrating that we can't see what she's basing a legal opinion on. But if this stuff does go to court, then the UK will have to, Braverman will have to actually tell us what she's actually come up with. She has submitted evidence accusing the EU of undermining the Good Friday Agreement, which is ironic because the UK are doing that by creating a trade board in the Irish Sea, even though that's nothing to do with the Good Friday Agreement. Warned of societal unrest in Northern Ireland, which the Tory party are feeding by constantly telling the DUP the protocol is going to be scrapped on Tuesday. When Tuesday comes up, they say, it's going to be scrapped next Tuesday. Believe me, tremendous. So yeah, this is a load of rubbish. The EU Commission can't expand their mandate either, because that's not how they're kind of elected. And they're elected by the European Parliament, which can get rid of the Commission if they want to. So if Sefcovic does something like change bits of the protocol or try to get bits of the protocol changed, then if the Parliament don't like it, they can scrap it. They can get rid of him. Essentially, they can get rid of the Commission. So that's why he's walking a tightrope. He's going to go back to the Parliament. He's going to go back to EU leaders and say, can we change these bits of the protocol if he wanted to do that, which I don't think he wants to do, because based on the fact that there's another article which talks about, I've got a lot here, which is about the EU won't budge on this. Where is it? There it is. We're not budging on the Northern Ireland Protocol, EU tells Liz Truss. So that's on the 12th of May. This is one I'll cover at some point soon, but essentially the EU's chief negotiator, or Sefcovic, the negotiator, said it's not going to happen. There's no room to expand. We're not going to change this. So the simple fact is that's not, nothing changes here. Sefcovic has been very clear on that, and it very much looks like Boris Johnson's backed out on that. We've covered this video already, probably, depending on how it gets published. But Boris Johnson looks like he's backing away from, scrapping the Northern Ireland Protocol, and it looks like the blame is going on Liz Truss as well. Liz Truss, the human hand grenade, gets blamed for Brussels blow-up. That's something I'll cover soon, but it looks like Boris Johnson is blaming, at least in the briefings, they're blaming Liz Truss for the problems with Brussels right now. But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Support the channel on Patreon if you can, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.